Okay, our very first weekly energetic forecast. I've been guided to do a weekly energetic forecast every week, of course, starting today. And so every Sunday, I will release a new energetic weekly update, weekly forecast, if you may. It's something that I don't know if it's been on my mind. I guess I'm always nervous to predict the future because nothing is set in stone. So, but I am very intuitive. I do feel things that are coming, as are probably you as well. And so I've been guided to do a weekly energetic forecast every week. So on a Sunday, at some point every Sunday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, I will be releasing a weekly energetic forecast. So welcome to the very first one. So hey beautifuls, let me know when you're here. Lovely to have you here. So yes, happy Sunday. I've been at the beach. I even got burned unexpectedly, so I'm feeling good. Might sound weird feeling good from it. It's not the burn, just the heat. The heat is so good for me. Thank you, Deb. Thank you for your valuable guidance. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to share this as always, and then I'm going to jump into our weekly energetic forecast. I feel a little bit excited about doing this. The things that happen when you trust your intuition, right? You feel good. That's just a bonus of it. Okay, so I'll post this in here. Can you hear that noise? Jasmine decided it's a good idea to have dinner now, so that's what you can hear. All right, one more. Perfect. Okay. All right. Hello. Hello, beautifuls. Okay, so how I'm going to work these weekly energetic forecasts, what I was guided to do with these, just so you know a little bit how they work, which I'm a little bit excited about because I thought it was boring otherwise until they showed me how it's going to do this. Actually, let me turn this camera around so that you guys can see the cards properly, if it'll let me do it. Facebook's changed the update stuff. Oh no, don't touch it. Okay, why isn't that? Why? Okay, I'll just say done. That's effects. Okay, you're just gonna have to have it back to front for today. Not sure why. Well, I actually haven't seen the new updates, I guess. So I'm gonna have to play around with that because it's changed. So bear with me while I do it backwards and navigate my German Shepherd having dinner at the same time. All right, so how we are going to work these weekly intuitive updates, weekly energetic forecast, right? Yes, don't touch it. Is that I'm going to pull 3 cards, one for the start of the week, one for the middle of the week, and one for the end of the week. And then from a separate deck, I'm going to pull 2 cards, one representing what's consciously going on, and the other what's unconsciously like under the surface, if you may. Okay, so our first start of the week, new career, right? Here I'm doing a new weekly energetic forecast, and new career is at the start of the week. I'm like, see? Oh, it's on point. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new and successful direction. So if you have had thoughts about stepping out in your business, or you know, doing something different, or a career path, or something adding to your business, adding to your career, then this is on point. I also feel like there's a lot of I want to say a lot of, beginning of the month as well. Awesome. Kristen's like, I'm going for a new job tomorrow. Awesome. So this is confirming a lot for other people. For a lot of people. Don't mind my chewed cat card. The cats have been into this deck, but I love them so much, so they keep on. Yep, spot on. Yes. So I'm also getting the message with this. Like, you can kind of see it's like swirling ocean, you know. I feel like the cat chewed cards, I know, right? I feel like there's a lot of, I want to say, new information available to you. There's a lot of new information coming in. There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of new ideas coming in that I feel like are so important to implement, even if you don't know how. Like, just start taking the first step in the first, you know, as I always say, take the first step and then more information will be given to you. Take the one that's most alive for you. There's lots of rainbows coming through on this card. Obviously the ocean is there. Lots of swirling energy, like just lots of energy, lots of ideas coming in. Like, it's important that you grab onto them and, like, I want to say, run with them. If it gets too windy, just let me know and I'll pop my earphones in. I trust you'll let me know that. So lots of information. Okay, so the rainbows for me represent Archangel Raziel, and Archangel Raziel is the transformation archangel. So if there is something that you're stuck on, I want to say he's like right there transforming everything. So this is kind of like Monday, Tuesday, and even if you're on the other side of the world, like the days are like correlation for your Monday, Tuesday, if you may. So Monday, Tuesday leading into Wednesday, I feel there's a bit of a sea change, if you may, right? Let's have a look what Wednesday's card brings out. So the sea change. It's almost like all these waves of energy coming in, but then there's a sea change. So this one just flicked out of the deck. Whom do you need to forgive? I know they're back to front. Next week won't be there. Who do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes come true. So I feel that there's even been a like swirl up in the energy. There's someone or something that has been like, I want to say, whooshing to your mind that has brought about the whom do you need to forgive. Like, this is sort of heartbreak, resentment, like betrayal, abandonment. Like, where does this stem from right now? Because this card jumped out itself, I feel like it's an extra message for the middle of the week. So I'm actually going to pull an actual card for Wednesday. Okay, debt pulled off. Debt pulled off. You pulled your debt off. Got it. Debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Now, I feel that, like, this can definitely mean financial debt. It can mean, this can also mean, like old contracts, soul contracts. Like, the debt has been paid off with soul contracts, right? So Chanel says, oh, massive forgiveness. Yeah. And so when this card comes up with the whom do you need to forgive, like I said, it flicked out, so it's an extra message alongside the debt paid off. I really feel that this is soul contracts have finished. So if there's been something on your mind about, you know, swirling, swishing around, got to do with your career, business, like, it's like, I feel like it's stirring up a storm. It's whipping up a storm, if you may, right? Yeah, lots of new beginnings, exactly. And so with lots of new beginnings, oh, and it's new moon on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. It's new moon on Wednesday, yeah? So soul contracts, debts paid off. Like, I want to say it's safe to walk away is the message I'm getting. I'm like, it's safe to walk away. And Kookaburras, yes, life purpose. Yeah, soul contracts, you just surrendered to a past life, you just healed. Exactly, right? So there's a lot of new energy coming in. With that, I'm like, it's time to walk away. But I really get that message. It's safe to walk away. Yeah, it's safe for you to walk away and to, I want to say, forgive yourself for staying too long. Forgive yourself for thinking that you needed to stay in it. Forgive yourself for, you know, thinking that it needed to do whatever you thought it was going to do, right? And I feel like you've been getting this message for quite some time, maybe 6 months, maybe April comes to mind. Yes, needed to hear this message. You're so welcome. Sounds like it's really on point for a lot of you guys. So yeah, so new career, right? Start of the week, forgiving yourself. But I want to say, like, you know, so the debt paid off. Yes, financial debt paid off. I feel like changes coming in your financial situation, if that makes sense, right? It feels like there's definitely something to do with finances around Wednesday, the forgiveness, but I feel like the soul contracts and, you know, like the relationship contracts, that they're done now. It's like you can walk away and you can be safe to walk away from that. At the same time, it feels like I want to say like, so I even found a butterfly in the pool earlier, and there's a butterfly on this. Well, I know they're fairy cards, but this one is a butterfly, right? And I feel like it's like you can come out of the cocoon now. Like I feel like you've been on the edge of the cocoon for quite some time. You just actually haven't taken that leap, right? And with the career, it's kind of like, I want to say it's whooshing you forward. Like it's time to do that, yeah? So Chanel says, it's safe to forgive self for staying too long. Yeah, perfect. Yes, April. On point, it sounds like. All right, so let's have a look for Friday / end of the weekend. All right, so so we're pulling more than just the cards I said, but this one came out. It fell out. So in these weekly energetic forecasts, the falling out cards, the flicking cards are an extra message alongside what we're talking about, yeah? So express your individuality, allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. So here's another butterfly. These are the fairy cards, but there's angels on them as well. So express your individuality. So this is literally butterflies in my tummy. All this confirmation for you guys. I love it. So express your individuality, allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. You're coming out of the cocoon, right? You're coming out of the cocoon. You don't need to hang around like where I want to say, that was what I was trying to say. I knew there was a message. So the hurt, the betrayal, the anger, the resentment, all of that, like the not fitting in, like what I want to say is like, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay. So there's a way of like trying out new things. There's a way of trying things that, you know, like you try it on, you try a system, whatever you do, right? Whatever you've been in and whatever you're letting go of and walking away, like the contract's done, like you can walk away now. And I feel like so weird, like there's a time and a place for the hurt, anger, betrayal, abandonment, all those feelings where you need to work on your own wounds and heal them. Like that is a yes, like that's what we all talk about, right? That like, it's like, okay, you're being triggered, you need to like, you know, work on your shit. And I feel like a lot of us, like we do that. That's what we do. We're like, cool, we're triggered, right? Time to work on our stuff. I also feel that there's a fine line, there's a tipping point, there's a beacon to your life purpose and what you're being guided to do. If you're May, there's a flicking, like there's a fine line, let's put it that way, where you can do all the work you want, you can do all the inner work you want, and then it's time for external changes to happen and external action that you need to take to change the situation. Now I always say that, but what I'm trying to say is that hurt, anger, betrayal, rejection, abandonment, whatever, like sometimes when we're in a situation way too long, and that was the message I'm getting, like, you know, with the forgiveness, like forgive yourself for staying too long, right? It gets to a point where it's like a catch-22, it's contradictory, whatever, where you staying in an environment that you know the contract's done, that you know it's time to leave, that you know all those things, and you staying there, I want to say is like triggering pain that doesn't need to be there. Like I want to say, like, you don't have a wound, the only wound is listen to your fucking intuition and get the fuck out of there. Like do you know what I mean? Like you will feel better just getting the fuck out. Like you can do all the inner work you want, but if you're still going to hang around, you're still going to feel those feelings, because at the end of the day, you're abandoning your intuition by staying in a place and staying in an environment that doesn't serve you anymore. And the only abandonment that you're experiencing, like you can do all the inner work that you want, you can sit in your inner child and do all this work for forever, and you're still going to feel that, because actually you're abandoning yourself by not listening to intuition that says get the fuck out, it's done, it's over, soul contract complete, comprende, it's finito. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I said, there's a time and a place for doing the inner work. Like it's so important that you understand there is, like, and I know that you guys get that, right? But I think sometimes we're like, oh, well, we need to like stay in this and do more work. And oh, I've been triggered again. Like, no, just get the fuck out and listen to intuition. Like I want to say the path to freedom is following your intuition and turning your back and turning your back on anything that your intuition is guiding you like in the other direction or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like the sense of freedom and the happiness comes when you listen to your heart, forgiving yourself for your heart. Right? Yep. So forgiving yourself for staying too long, got out 2 years ago, didn't stop, now protection. Like, do you know what I mean? Like these things, right? And it's not that you're bad because you didn't listen. It's like we learn to listen, and we learn to listen faster and faster every time. So I trust you understand that I'm definitely like for doing inner work, but it gets to a point where like it's just time to set boundaries and walk away. And that's what I feel this is about the end of the week, because there's all this new information, there's all this new energy, there's all these new ideas that are coming in where like it's like trying to birth through you, right? And a sea change is coming in the middle of the week because the contract is done, right? And then it's like forgiving yourself because your true self is awesome. Allow yourself to shine because your true self is awesome. So in this sense, right, this is the one that flicked out. So this is an extra message alongside the end of the week. Jazz is agreeing. Ask for what you want, right? Ask for what you want. So the end of the week, ask for what you want. So it's like, because your soul contract is done and you've let go and the rubber band has snapped, right? It's literally like, yes, sea change is coming. Yes, energy updates, here they are. You're picking it up. Yeah, and so like ask for what you want. Like literally like make a wish because it'll come true. Like it's blowing a wish on the dandelion seeds. Like, you know what I mean? It's like let the universe know what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. I'm saying what you want. Well, ask for what you want. This is saying need. I'm like, let's stay here. Let's stay here, because when those soul contracts are complete, right, and the debt paid off and the soul contracts are complete, and you've freed your heart from the resentment, the pain, the anger, which can be re-triggered just because you're in the same freaking place that your intuition said to leave ages ago and you're not listening. The only abandonment that gets re-triggered is the one where you're not listening to intuition. And there comes in a deep sense of trust in self-worth and self-confidence in knowing that you're freaking awesome and you don't need that stuff. Pack your bags and get the freaking out of there. Like you've done your time. It's time to move on, right? So when we look at the bottom card of the deck, new home, moving is a step in the right direction for you. So what movement is created from you turning your back and going in the direction you want to go in, not need, want, right? And so new home was underneath. So just before, when I pulled the last card, it was the bottom card, but I'm like, it's this card. And then when I looked at the bottom card, these two were like here, like this. So this is the bottom card, new home. Now that can literally mean moving. And then also let go. So like confirming the let go for this week. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. So ask for what you want. Yeah, ask exactly what you want. I want to say trust yourself, because you can have anything, and because you're awesome and you're trusting your intuition and you're going in the direction your intuition has been guiding you to do for quite some time, then everything comes into that space. Yeah, ask for what you want. Place your order. I know I've said this a little while ago from something. Oh, I think we're talking about an ear chakra consciousness. Yeah. Yeah. Not listening to my intuition. Yes. So I love how on point this is for you guys. All right. So then, as I said, for each week, I'm going to pull an extra 2 cards from a different deck to go alongside the reading. And one is a conscious understanding and one is an unconscious understanding. And that can mean like, it's almost like the unconscious scared part, the shadow part, the parts holding you back. I personally just feel it's holding you back because it's unconscious. The conscious part is like, yeah, I'm really clear about that. I'm really conscious, right? Yeah, awesome. Okay. So for the conscious part and then the unconscious part. Okay, perfect. Okay, the bottom card of the deck for the conscious and unconscious, so the overlying of the entire reading, so is the Father, which is deeply stemmed into boundaries, may I add. Then we've got, so this is the conscious one, which is kind of interesting. It feels, without looking at the writing yet, because I'm still learning these decks after a couple of years, because I don't read them all the time. Conscious, so conscious, and then unconscious. Interesting, right? Man and woman. Looks very tech, mental, logic, AI, very intuitive, heart, flow, goddess, like very interesting, right? I think she's even got a snake on her arm. How interesting with my snake expeditions lately. Oh my God. So let's have a look at these, right? And just from, I feel like this is like us trying to control, we're like, yes, but, and then this is like your intuition's guiding you. Yeah. Okay. So let's just have a look here. The sun's going down. So it's getting more dark or light. Dark and light. Dark and light is who I am. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to look in the thing because I don't. After all these years, I still don't know Roman numerals. I need to look at them. And this is an air card too, which confirms the masculine brain, logic, sense, right? So this is 4 of air, 196. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are from around the world. As the sun's going down here, it's rising where you are. Okay, structure, routine, order, patterns, discipline, organization, understanding, productivity. So alongside everything we talked about, walking away, etc., 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 establish a pattern of regular cleaning. The 4 of air suggests establishing order by removing the clutter. So some of us have been like cleaning like mad, and I feel like it's a big representation of the energetic shifts that we're experiencing as well, right? I also feel there's something in the air with that. This is an air card. Before that bit jumped out at me, I was getting the message around establishing routines, establishing boundaries, yes, but establishing routines that are gonna nurture your soul, hold the container for your soul, right? And then the Father card, again, is the boundaries and stuff, yeah? So this is establishing a routine, whether it's cleaning, whether it's self-care, whether it's like a day-to-day routine. Like imagine if you were at work, imagine if you were at school, imagine like what is the routine you need to establish for yourself that's going to allow you to hold the container for your soul, right? And getting that really strongly. So it says order your environment, banish clutter, clean house, create structure in your day, confirming everything else is getting. Follow a routine, keep a time budget. If you truly want something, you will make time for it. How true is this? Yeah. Yeah, he gave your backyard a makeover, doing a tip run. I love it. I love this. Limit distraction and time wasters. This is so important. Like one of the biggest things that having an online business and taking my business online taught me was to manage my time, and not just in like a, okay, I'm logging on and logging off. It wasn't that. It was more about how much time I spent with people, especially when I started transitioning from free spiritual help and free private psychic readings and free everything into paid. Like that structure like taught me so much. It even, even just having my online business really taught me like I can't just be on the phone for hours talking to my friend. Like I've got shit to do, and something that Katrina Ruth said years ago, and I freaking love her for it, is like turn up to your business, turn up to your life as if you were working for somebody else. It's like we can't just take a sick day, like, yeah, of course you can, right? But it's like really setting those strong boundaries. Like your time is important, your time is valuable, like you're awesome, like what does it say, whatever it is, like it's okay to shine or something because you're awesome. Like these are also the things that we set, right? So yeah, standing up for truth, standing up for what you want, limit distraction and time wasters. Like notice where you're putting your time and energy over a day, right? Because it's okay to say no and actually work on your dreams. Like, even if you work 5 days a week and then have the weekends, like you work 6 days a week, 6 days you work on your business, 6 day week, on Saturdays you work on your business, and so you just work 6 days a week. Sorry family, sorry friends, I can catch up on Sunday, sorry next week, right? So really, really important. And it's okay. I want to say it's okay. Interesting. It says weed out bad habits. So Desta was doing weeding. Remove negative influences. So this stems into, so I've got a cat hair or something on me. This stems into what we were looking at. Where have I put the cards? This week where it was like new career, like Monday, but then the debt paid off, like old contracts, soul contracts are done. Time to go. Time to go. This is like, yeah, we're very conscious of that. And I feel like I want to say it's okay to do that. It is okay to do that. It says here, does your routine make space for your goals and projects? When we want to make real headway, it helps if our daily routine includes a suitable amount of time set aside to work on those things that are truly important to us. If you want to complete a project, working in an ordered and routine manner will help your progress by establishing a pattern of consistency that will result in a successful and timely completion. There's one thing that I say in Trust Intuition, in all my courses, I'm like, whatever you do, do it consistently. If you want success in any area, you have to do it consistently. Like ask any successful person and like, I don't know, maybe they won't say it, but a lot of the time it's consistency. That's the only thing that makes success. There's lots of other things, but that's the one thing. That would be the one thing, right? Okay. So whatever you choose to do it consistently, even when you don't feel like it. Even when you don't feel like it. Yes, consistency. Yes, sounds like this resonates with a lot of you guys. This is awesome. Okay. So this next one, the unconscious, the subconscious, the unconscious. What's under the surface of all of this? I want to say your life purpose is birthing. Are you listening? Okay, this one, fire. 2, 7 of fire, 2 of fire, 7 of fire, 247. These cards, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, they're not ones that I know off the top of my head. Intuitively maybe, but I always just like having a look here. So if you guys are nervous about starting to do psychic readings, look, I've been doing this since 2005 and I still look in a book to see if there's any messages that want to jump out. I don't read it word for word, but I definitely get a vibe of the card, right? And then I see what comes through. So don't be scared, just start, and whatever you do, do it consistently. Okay. Heed your intuition. So confirming the debt paid off. It's okay to trust intuition and walk in the other direction. Yeah. A feeling of recognition, inexplicable coincidences. So I feel like there's a lot of synchronistic events, and I feel like that. A bit like Josephine said, like I was getting about your weekly energy updates and here you are for the first time. And I feel like that's what this energy is, like when I was sharing this card before and now the sun's gone down, it's very hard to see with the light. So it's like the swirling ocean. It's like standing in the middle of the ocean. There's all this energy and waves and rainbows and magic around. Like it feels like there is a lot of that energy around at the moment, and it's available to everybody. The 3D to 5D activation that I just released this week will really help you stay in this vibration, right? In that highly synchronistic vibration. So moments that repeat. Personal interpretation is crucial. Trusting your intuition. This is like where like cutting cords, walking away from outmoded contracts. Like these contracts I feel ended quite some time ago. I'm getting April, right? Even before. And I feel like it's now time that you heed your intuition. Like it's time, right? But personal interpretation is crucial. Like trust your intuition. You might have all these like things pop up and give you like all these reasons why you need to stay, and what about this and what about this and what if, and no, like it's time to trust your intuition and walk the fuck away, I want to say, right? Only you know the answer. Look beyond the surface. Observe and be aware. It's interesting. Look beyond the surface. Hi, beautifuls. So interesting that this is the bottom card. She's got a snake wrapped around her arm. She's got 2 cats there. It's me. No. So we've got a butterfly on her head. The butterflies came up before it's time to step out of the cocoon. So this is the 7 of fire. Interesting. So it says the 7 of fire represents the development and use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It's the instinctual or unconscious knowing that when you heed it can keep you safe from making mistakes. So I feel like there will be opportunities that come in as well with this. And I want to say, heed your intuition about it. You know, it's kind of like, make sure those old soul contracts are removed before you say yes to this. Now, I know we're in Mercury retrograde or something, or 6 planets retrograde. Retrogrades to me, or Mercury retrograde doesn't, you know, people are like, oh, don't sign contracts and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I've never paid attention to that. Maybe like, make sure you understand the wording correctly, etc. perhaps. But I'm like, for me, Mercury retrograde is a time to like clean out, to go over things, to make plans. Like for me, it's always a forward movement, even though it's technically backwards. And I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe I'm just backwards. But anyway, so make sure that you're trusting your intuition, right? So what else wants to, so lots of synchronistic events, right? So what's going on under the surface? And I want to say, so you know how like there's, so all this energy is around, wherever that other card was that we just pulled. Did I leave it in the book? I'm putting them under things because I want them to blow away. So this one, right, is the conscious understanding for the week. We're very conscious about, thanks, I'm not backwards. We're very conscious about things we need to get done. Structure, boundaries, starting to implement new routines that are going to support us, right? And I feel like that, you know, and I guess you guys can feel it, and I'm really gold on the light here. See, I told you I was her. I'm gold. Check it out. See? Anyway. So your intuition is guiding all of this. And I feel like I know you know that. But I want to say this has come up, that you can trust your intuition over any outside thing this week. Trust intuition even when people say, oh, no, don't. Trust intuition when people say, oh, well, you know, what about this? And maybe we can do it this way. Like, trust intuition even when it's like so shiny and beautiful. Like, I want to say, like, you're being guided, you're being led, you're creating routines and structures to support boundaries, to stand up for yourself, etc. And I feel like what's guiding that is your intuition. And I want to say you can trust that. Yeah. But I do feel like opportunities will come in. All right. Yeah. And that's what it says, like, requires you to look within and determine what the message means to you personally. We can ask advice, but only you know the answer, right? So, yeah, that is our first weekly energetic update, weekly energetic forecast. Maybe I'm going to like have like 10 titles. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, we are so guided. Yes, your intuition is so on point. It's so correct. It's so on point. Yeah. So that is our first one. So like I said, they'll be released every Sunday, not at a specific time, because my Sundays are always different, and it'll depend when I'm in flow and when I feel like it on the day. So at some point on a Sunday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, they will be released, looking at our week ahead. So yeah, you're so welcome. Thanks for catching me live for our very first one. And the gold reflection is like really strong and it's still there, obviously meant to be there for a reason. So some of you might have seen that I've also opened the doors for my Goal Reacher program that is working with me one-on-one for 3 months. It has a lot of the things in it, so you can click on the link and check that out. Or if you've got questions, ask away, or send me a message and we can talk about it. And then also the 3D to 5D activation. So I know you guys probably seen that as well. If you're in Transcendence Reality Society in my inner circle, you would already have access to that. So you can have a look at that. That is really shifting you out, right? So if you fall or you drop or you're not trusting your heart anymore, like that would be the one, you know, if you get sucked into the world chaos, like it's now time to rise and to just stay there, right? And just stay there and just stay there, stay here. Yeah, stay here. But it's like merging these. Like, that's quite amazing ultimately that these two came out. Like, it's so logic and head and masculine, and then heart and intuition. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and this what the 3D to 5D is literally like, it's merging both. It's not that they're bad and you just need to be in your heart. It's like, no, this literally is there for a reason. Like it creates, like I said, it creates the container for your intuition to be in. It creates the boundaries. Like boundaries protect your intuition, right? Boundaries are the ones that allow you to hold the space so that you can do what you're here to do. Yeah. So that is our weekly energetic forecast, intuitive update, all the things. You guys have got it. I shall see you soon. Have a beautiful week. No, create a beautiful week. I love you.